Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Wannabes podcast. I'm Morgan. That's Luke. Luke, you're like slouching. Why are you so low?
I was slouching. I'm good now.
Oh no, your camera's lower than normal. There we go. Fixed. It looked like you were eating your own nameplate. You know.
It's just because I was reading an article that I was enamored with. But I'm here now. I'm here. I'm ready.
Perfection. Well, guys, today we are diving into technically a film that came out in 2024, but it has been making some headlines and some news and some waves over on Hulu, which that is the Long Distance. But before we get into that, we do have a little tiny little bits of movie news, just a smidgen, just a
Produce.
smidgen, you know. So real quick, um, the first official poster for James Cameron's Avatar: Fire and Ash is out and available to view. I knew this would make you happy. But it's featuring Natiri, and honestly, visually, it looks sick. It's a good poster. That's all I have to really say about it.
I probably shouldn't do that on camera. Self-harm is bad, kids. Don't do it. Other than that, yeah, this is. I mean, we're gonna have this fight all the time. This
I
is
did send
literally.
you on Messenger though what it looks like the link to it if you want to see it at least what it looks like.
I just got it. Hold on. Oh my God. This is the dumbest shit ever. This is the dumbest. Now they're just ripping off The Last Airbender, period. Like, we're going to Fire Nation now, motherfuckers!
I mean,
Whatever. Look, I'm glad you guys like it. Sometimes the visuals are actually pretty striking, I will admit, but everything else just, I don't know, bores me.
you never know. Maybe this one will surprise you because you know
Yeah,
damn
I
well
mean,
you have
he's
to go watch it when it comes out because we're going to be reviewing
he's
it.
what's he making 8 of these? I mean, yeah, eventually I should be okay with one of them, right? Right? Fuck.
You should already be okay with them. Just saying.
Alita 2, please.
Meh.
All right, you can direct and produce these movies for 10 years. That's fine, but in the meantime, it happens all the time, dude. You can be in name only, and you can be a producer on Alita Battle Angel 2, and you can give me that. So just fucking knock it off. Oh, I know what the problem is with the camera. I'm cropped in a lot more than usual.
Bruh.
It's all good.
Shit up over here.
No, it's a quick fix.
You're good.
Quick
You're
fix.
good. You were technically a
now.
little. I just need to adjust you. It was good.
Yeah,
So
no, we good.
another just again quick tidbit of news as well is it is official that even though there's 2 solid weeks before Wednesday officially returns for its second season on Netflix, it has actually already been renewed for season 3. Honestly, I'm not surprised.
I thought Jenna Ortega left.
Huh?
I thought Jenna Ortega was leaving the franchise.
Well, maybe this is how they got her to stay.
Well, you keep talking. I'm gonna look that up and make sure I'm not bullshit.
Do it. But I mean that so far that's what they're saying is that Netflix seems to be sure of one thing and that it deserves a third one and they're bringing it on. So yeah. That's kind of all I got on that regard. Where do you find it? What do you find in over there?
I'm getting American Girl Doll coming out as Wednesday. I'm getting a spin-off currently in the works. I'm getting the fate of Wednesday revealed after season 2. It doesn't tell me season 3. And Jen Ortega and Tim Burton break their silence on Wednesday season 2 in an interview. So I'm not getting anything about season 3, but that doesn't mean it's not happening. So for now, we're just going to go with it is.
Sounds good. Well, the last bit of news, because guys, this Friday does release Fantastic Four, and it will be the movie we're reviewing next week. And I just want to let you know, in case you're interested, AMC, no surprise, is going to have a popcorn bucket. So, with that being said, Luke, I'm also sending you the link so you can see what this thing looks like. But we are officially getting a Fantastic Four First Steps Galactus LED popcorn bucket. So it's a big old Galactus head. This bitch actually is really big. I'm gonna be honest with you right now. So this is the largest popcorn container ever. and actually includes
Oh,
LED light up eyes and removable horns. So it is actually 20 feet wide with the horns, or 9.6, sorry, 20 inches wide or 9.6 inches wide without horns, and a whole 17.5 inches tall and actually 9.6 inches deep. So this boy be big, big, big,
giggity.
big boy.
Um, yeah, no, it looks cool. I doubt, like, I kind of want one, but I don't think I got any shot. These things are going to be gone by Thursday. There's no fucking way AMC is going to stock up enough for like more
Well,
than Thursday night to get them. And it honestly is cool looking and it lights up. The only thing I hope is like when you actually get your hands on it, it's just not the cheapest plastic you've ever fucking touched. You know what I mean?
mm-hmm.
Because
Well,
I
I
got
know
that Wolverine one we were talking about off camera. That one's actually pretty solid in the build.
I will say this is the most expensive popcorn bucket I've seen yet. This is $79.95.
I'm out.
$80.
I'm out.
$80. That's
Yep.
ridiculous. Like, don't get me wrong, it's massive, it's cool, it lights up LED for the eyeballs, but $80? The most
Yeah, we're
expensive
out.
one I've bought is 40.
And even that was too much.
Like, that's absurd. I think the most expensive one I bought genuinely was my Deadpool head.
Yeah. Yeah. I think the one that I got was fucking $40.
No, yours was 30.
Oh, Wolverine was 30? Either
Yeah.
way, that's too much. Yeah, they're out here
I
doing too much with these popcorn
I'm
buckets. Like they're
floored.
cool. Okay, look.
I'm floored.
I am a collector. I am a collector of things. You got some things you collect.
I have
Like
a lot of things I collect.
at what point were we just like, give me all the popcorn buckets? Because somebody's buying all of these. Somebody has them all. Where
Honestly,
the
I
fuck
love
do you
them.
put them?
I love them.
I
But
don't. I don't
so
love
like
them.
I have my D20 from
I
the
like
Dungeons
them.
and Dragons movie, which that was the first one that's the one that started this, was the D20. And
Yeah.
then, which, it's great, it's amazing. It made a lot of sense. The D&D nerds love it. I own one. It was at my wedding. So um I have
Yes, it
right back,
was.
I literally have two behind me that you can see. So I have my Lord of the Rings War Rohirrim Warhammer, and I also have my actual pot, like it's actually a proper bucket, is my face hugger for Alien Romulus. And then I have the the head for Deadpool.
Yeah, you got zombie Deadpool.
Yeah. So those are great. I love them. They're fantastic. But I'm not spending $80 on these.
No, absolutely not.
The price tag is ridiculous. And also,
It
like,
does.
if it was made of metal, maybe, but it's just metallic plastic. Like,
Yeah,
if
that's
it
what I'm
was like
saying.
higher quality material, maybe in my opinion it'd be worth the $80, but it's not.
Yeah, it probably cost them $20 to make.
Yeah.
But it does look cool.
It does look
Yeah.
cool. It does look pretty
Yeah.
sick, not gonna lie. And it is the
If
biggest, it is the largest popcorn bucket ever.
if I got one, I know I would appreciate it for like 3 days. And then I'd instantly be after the fourth day, I would look at it and be like, why the fuck did I get you? Like, what do I do with you?
You put it
It's
on
probably because
you put it
it,
on display and enjoy it.
that no, fuck that. It's a popcorn bucket. Like I use the Wolverine one for popcorn, right? Like it gets used practically. That one or this one is probably like your Deadpool head, where there's too much like shit inside to where you
Oh, I'm
actually can't
sure.
put popcorn in it.
Unless, because it's so deep and like cup like, if they actually gave it proper walls, that would be nice. That would be nice.
So many jokes. I'm leaving alone because
I
we're
know.
supposed to be a
Yep.
family show. But yeah, no,
Are we though? Are we
the
really?
hype is mid for the bucket. The hype for Fantastic Four is quite high.
Yes. I'm excited though. I'm really excited to see it this weekend.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
It's gonna be a good time.
AMC's trying to save themselves with the bucket. I see. Do you know that they closed the one that is on Hall and Mount?
I did not know that.
Yeah, they closed the forum.
Wow. Well, the
Yep.
forum wasn't bringing in good money, so
Well, I mean, that's surprising. Like it used to be the spot back in the day.
yeah.
It really was. Used to be the only place I could see like Dragon Ball when it was in theaters.
In Michigan, I just go to MJR.
Yeah. Well, now,
I've
but
been
back in
ever
the
so
day.
honestly since I left. I'd only go to AMC to try to bum posters off of you when you were still working there and after I left.
Yeah, I missed that.
I do too. I wish I could had
Yeah,
a. I wish I had a How to Train Your Dragon poster right now, really bad.
those were the days. Oh well.
Yeah, but I like my $5 movie nights with free popcorn or an
Yes,
upgrade for a dollar to large at
we like
MJR.
we like $5 tickets, not $80 fucking popcorn buckets.
Yeah. And hey,
Even if
what's
they
nice is
do look kind of cool.
MJR actually does get like that memorabilia stuff too. It's just different
Yeah.
ones. So
Oh yeah.
like they might end up
Well,
having
fucking
a design you like better.
yeah. Look up what they got. I don't
Yeah.
know. It's tough to beat a 16-inch deep fucking Galactus head.
It's not 16 inches deep. It's 9.6.
Oh, either way.
It's 17 point. What was it? 17 point. Either right here. Scroll down. It is 17.5 inches tall, but the actual depth for like the container of holding
Mhm.
popcorn is 9.6.
So it's long and girthy. Sweet.
Well, no, that's just the height and the depth.
Oh yeah.
But it is girthy.
Yeah.
Without the horns, it's 9.6 inches wide. With horns,
But
20
with the
inches.
horns. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Performance enhancers. What the fuck?
Ridiculous. Let's see. They also I see something on there. Something maybe for their popcorn bucket. They also have the same bucket at MJR.
Oh
So
yeah.
this is one that's just being put out. It sounds like probably from Disney, like from Marvel.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. We'll see. Maybe if I hit the lottery.
Good luck.
Thank you.
All right. Well, I think that is the last little bit of news I had because there hasn't been much more that's came out this week just yet.
It's been a little quiet, you know. Everything that we were hyped about before is starting to come out, so that makes sense. And then you got this movie that you found randomly. So
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
fucking take us places.
Okay. I'm taken. Let's right now into this movie review. So, everybody, we are reviewing the film Long Distance, and honestly, this originally went by for a little while the name Distant. So first things first, this film hit a lot of delay problems during COVID. And I actually have it. I was not wrong. It did release technically in 2025. Yes,
4.
US. So
Oh.
somehow,
Oh.
yeah, somehow this was originally supposed to be a 2020 film. Got delayed because of COVID and kept being delayed, and has been reworked to be titled Long Distance, and ended up instead of doing a theatrical release, doing a Hulu release. So this actually released back in July 12th, 2024, only in Vietnam, which is interesting. But then on July 3rd, it released here in the United States on Hulu. The runtime is only 87 minutes long. And let's talk. Oh, it doesn't even have a budget for me. It doesn't have a budget. How dare they?
I mean, it can't be much. It's just 3 people, you know.
Yeah. Let's see. I'm going to see if I can find something real quick. Movie budget. My normal source does not have it. It is in the. It had a budget within the range of 15 to 30 million, which
Okay.
that makes sense for most of it went to the visuals, and a little bit of
Oh
the
yeah.
yeah. So that doesn't surprise me, but
Yeah.
this
100%.
does star Anthony Ramos, Naomi Scott, and Christopher Hivju. I always fuck up his last name,
That's a pretty good take there. I will
or
accept that.
you know,
That's pretty.
it's probably Hivju because of his Norwegian ancestry. But and then
That is.
also
I've seen this man in Game of Thrones, haven't I?
yes, yeah, he is
Okay.
one of the wildlings. The
Yeah, I thought he looked familiar.
yeah, yeah. And sorry, also Zachary Quinto because Zachary Quinto was the voice actor for the suit.
For the AI,
Yes,
Leonard.
Leonard. So yeah, this is a once again a science fiction adventure film. And to give you a very, very quick premise, everybody, just real quick, basically they're on a mining colony ship kind of thing, and they get hit probably by an asteroid, and everything's crashing and burning and not going great. And so they're in their sleep pods and they're being ejected from them, and they crash land on an alien planet, as does the entire station with them. And this man who is played, what his name was Andy, I believe we called him. Yeah, Andy. Andy Ramirez is played by Anthony Ramos. I really find it really funny, by the way, how close the two main actors' names are to each other. We have Anthony Ramos playing Andy Ramirez, and then Naomi Scott playing it Naomi Calloway. Like, what?
I wonder
But
if that could be something they changed on the spot. You know what I mean? They could be like, actually, you know what? Fuck it. Just use your name. It's
maybe,
fine. You're
maybe,
Naomi now.
yeah. But Naomi ended up when her pod crashed, her leg ended up getting lodged and stuck. She ends up getting connected to comms to Andy, to get Andy to come help save her. But he's lower on oxygen due to some mishaps getting out of his pod and basically just having to break his pod open because it was jammed. So this planet ends up being technically uninhabitable for them. It is not safe for them to breathe its air, and on top of it, it has deadly creatures that are on the hunt and are hungry. And
Yeah.
I think that's a pretty decent quick. This is what
I
this
mean,
movie is.
you are more intricate than the fucking synopsis on IMDb. I'm looking. It literally goes. It follows an asteroid miner who, after crash landing on an alien planet, must make his way across the harsh terrain, running out of oxygen, hunted by strange creatures, to the only other survivor. It's literally one sentence.
Yeah.
But that's it, though. I mean, despite the fact that it has a very minimal synopsis, this movie is. I use the word basic in a good way. The plot's very simple.
It knows what
You
it
know,
is, but in a
it
good way.
very much knows what it is, and I mean, I guess I'll start with like I have zero problems with the acting in this movie. It's all very well done. And
It's
all
actually
three of the
so real.
all three
Like,
of the main actors are do this very very well. And I think that has a lot to do with the fact that like they're allowed, I don't want to say ad lib, but they feel like they're playing themselves, which is funny that you mentioned
honestly,
that the
I
names are
agree.
pretty close, right? Yeah,
Yeah.
it feels like they're playing themselves in this situation, and everything works. And also to me, it's like with the script and some of the writing and some of the lines, it's like a throwback. Like I
Yeah.
don't think
So,
this movie was supposed to be that funny, but when I look at it in the lens of
no,
maybe
it actually is really funny.
it is funny. This is a funny movie. That's what I'm saying. I don't know if it's supposed to be that funny. I think it has everything to do with the actors as why
So,
it's so fucking funny.
it is
Good.
put technically tagged on IMDb as a space sci-fi, a comedy, and a sci-fi
Okay.
thriller.
Okay.
So, like, it's interesting because I feel like what I like about their comedy is almost like it's comedy that we like kind of like feel like we've seen and heard before, but in a good way. It's almost like the humorous moments of other sci-fi films that we've watched that isn't actually kind of like acted in a humorous way, but we the audience kind of like have that kind of like funny thought about what just happened on screen. But it's like they're actually putting that on the screen for us to be like, yeah, this is funny. Like I messaged you earlier today when he was asked to name this planet and he is having issues with Leonard, his suit AI, and he just says "fuck Leonard" and uh or "fuck you, Leonard," and he's like, "That name is available. Would you like to name it?" And he's like, "You know what? Yeah, let's do that." I literally laughed and I was like, "That is such a Luke response." Like
Thank you.
they were so relatable, especially Andy. Andy was more relatable for me than Naomi was. But I feel like that's just because we're able to also physically, for the majority of the film, see Andy, where we don't see Naomi until we finally get to her.
I
Um,
agree. I agree. You get all the time with him, and
mhm,
he is the driving force throughout the whole movie from the time it starts to the time it ends. That camera is on Anthony.
yeah.
And like, yeah, I don't know if he is like a natural ad libber or whatever, but the dude, like, he can carry a film all by himself.
Like honestly, seeing how he was in this, I was like, man, where was this when he was playing the Hood in Ironheart? Like I needed more. Like he felt just so like by the script watching Ironheart, where here, like I felt like he had more freedom.
Haven't seen it, but that makes sense because that's more of well, I mean, that's more of the machine making, right? Like that's like we
Yes.
gotta turn this out, bro. You better do exactly what we say. Whereas this, it definitely looks like the directors who I've never heard of, maybe they're first timers, I don't know. Uh, but they, oh no, they did read that they did something else. I forget.
Here,
Anyway,
I'll look him up real quick while you're talking.
these guys obviously were like, dude, just kind of do what you want. I mean, we'll probably give you some notes and say maybe say it this way, but like you, dude, you are the character. Just do your
Mhm.
thing. I like shit
Yeah.
like that because you're right. That does make them very relatable. And honestly, now that you mention it, I did have the thought watching the movie because he is very much like he's been to sleep longer than it seems everybody else has.
Yes.
Um, his Leonard is out of date. So he's definitely like a dude that is not prepared for what's happening. And it seems like the other two characters are. So that's why I was like, I got more confirmation after you said me. This feels like you would have said this. I was like, maybe this would be me if I was in this situation. Maybe I'm probably getting eaten a long time ago, but like everything else, yeah, that's what I'm doing. I'm gonna freak out like that. I'm gonna get pissed off at the AI like that. I'm gonna begrudgingly come help you like that, and then the creatures show up. And I'm probably gonna be dead, but that's besides the point.
Literally the whole, "Oh, wow, look at these beautiful insect things," to, fuck these insects. They're fucking awful. Fuck these little
Yeah.
shits." Like, I'm
Yep.
like literally, I was like, "This is so Luke charged. I love this."
That was a nice little ex machina that he had too with the little sack on the back of his thing. I was like, I don't.
And
When
what's
was that there?
what's great is you actually see when he's going through that tunnel of those inside, like, the little, like, nesting ground for those insectoids, they
Mhm.
you see his, pack that it's, like, kinda stuck into, hit a, like, sack of them hanging on the top
Oh,
of
cool.
the tunnel, and so, like, I was like, "Oh, well, at least he, like, didn't fuck things up," but, like, then they get angry at him anyway, so it doesn't matter, and you think
Yeah.
that's that, and then, like, it was kinda cool if you were paying attention and saw, like, where his body was hitting in the tunnel. It actually makes sense continuity-wise why he has one on him.
It doesn't I mean, I get the whole thing is Dwayne doesn't die, but like the first instance of him getting more or less attacked, I'm like, all right, like okay, that's cool. And then he
Well,
shows up again. I'm like,
I
how the
thought Dwayne was over. I was fine with
you?
Dwayne being over because he's like, "Dwayne
Well,
never dies," and I
I
was
mean, it's. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
no, you're good. I just was dying because I was like, as soon as he said that, I looked at Dan and was like, "Alright, so how does Dwayne die? It's happening any moment now."
Yeah, like come on, man. And I get it. It's definitely played for the laughs, but I don't know. The second time he showed up, I was like, okay, I'm sick of you. Like, and then what was the point? Because he's there for 2 seconds, and then it just happens anyway. We got one more. Dwayne doesn't die though, so I guess that was cool.
Yeah, yeah. This time we see him get ripped to shreds.
Yeah, but again, Christopher, Naomi, and Anthony are very good in this movie and good at what they're doing. I put it more on the writing of the script than them and their performances because I think they are great in this. And like
I agree.
what we said, Anthony definitely carries the movie. Naomi is very good too.
Yeah.
Um, just like I don't get enough because she's a disembodied voice for pretty much the whole movie
She's
until you
literally
get
a
to the point.
sitting duck, except for, like,
Yeah,
what, maybe the last 20 minutes?
right. Until we get to her, and I was like, all right, well. By the time it ended, I was two things. I went, she's really good, and then I went, I guess Andy doesn't care about his wife anymore? Question mark.
Well, his wife's dead.
No, I understand, but like the whole movie is him. And sorry for the spoilers. You should watch this movie. It's definitely worth a watch. Um, is him being haunted by the fact that they're dead, like he can't get over it, yada yada yada. And then he sees the pretty girl, and he's like, "Actually, I think I'm gonna be okay." I was like, "Damn, dude, that's kind of cold."
Well, he even says to her, he's like, "And I just kept on living. I just kept on going on." And I think,
Right?
like, he struggled honestly with the fact of, like, how he was able to cope and in a way continue to live.
Sure.
And I think that was more eating at away at him other more than the fact that they were actually gone. And, I think finally, like, kinda, like, obviously, like, no surprise, it's gonna be romance. Wow. They're stuck on a planet for, like, a year and a half
The
alone.
last two people for a year, like, yeah, shit's
They're
going down.
boning.
I
They're
don't care.
boning.
Yeah,
That
it
it is what it is.
have to. But I just found it funny that like, oh yeah, of course, it's him and her, and like,
And
I
maybe
get it.
and maybe
What
in
else you gonna
part
do?
it's the near death experience on an alien planet. I
Oh,
almost
for
died.
sure. But
I almost died. I might as well enjoy my life.
I mean, fuck, like, the argument can definitely be made because he goes through some shit. Like I went through all that, walked all this way, saved your life like 4 different times. Like yeah, but it was just funny because he goes, "Oh yeah, I like kind of miss my wife. I got this tragic story," and then he looks and he goes, "I think I'm gonna be fine." It's like, all right, dude. to fucking
I
get it.
mean, Naomi's a good-looking girl, just saying.
Hey, good for them. Good for them. I hope they fuck all the time. And like, I don't know how they'll do it because they have to be in those suits, but like, figure it out.
No, 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 they don't.
Get
They're in.
rescued. Oh yeah, they're in the fucking life support thing.
Yeah, they get to
Again,
a
spoilers.
contained environment that has
Yes.
food and everything else and a rotting creature.
Yes. So the only it should be two, shouldn't it?
Well, in the actual airlocked area with them is only one dead creature.
Yeah, but don't they? But because that's like. By the way, I'll just all right. So I don't know what the obsession is now or the trend is with space spiders, but that is pretty much what these fucking creatures are.
Slash
Um,
scorpions?
I don't know, dude.
They
Like
have a
I don't.
scorpion tail like thing.
They
That's about it.
the initial ones that showed up reminded me more of the creatures from A Quiet Place than
I
anything
could see
else.
that. I could totally see that.
Until like I guess the queen showed up and I was like, oh, okay, that's I definitely see that now.
I
But
liked the design though.
I didn't.
So I liked the design specifically of the final one when like Naomi
It does have a
crawls
better design.
like yeah, it has a better design than the others. But when
Yes.
Naomi's able to like crawl into that thing to like get away from it, but you see like the up close, like the detail of the face. I really like how they have like these mandibles and stuff. Like in all, I think their design's a little weird, but I do like the detail they really have on this like final one. That one's
Yeah.
pretty fucking cool, especially in the face area.
Yeah, the first ones are pretty like, yeah, pretty generic, like I said.
Yeah,
Like they remind me of
absolutely.
the fucking Quiet Place aliens. That
And
that big
that
one
I
definitely
thought
looks
the same
better.
thing.
It definitely looks better. I do appreciate it a lot more.
Actually, why
But
I'm
I
sad
also
Dreaded isn't here because I really wanted his opinions on the creatures.
the the couple things that I have wrong with this movie is the writing because it definitely makes these characters do some, particularly Anthony, in a couple spots do some dumb shit. Like
Sure.
very useless in a couple spots. Um, and
I
then
feel
the
like in a
fact
weird
that
way, it kind of makes sense why he's useless. Like
oh no,
he was a music teacher, and
I
Brody's
get
through his
sure.
depressed life made him a minor dude. Like
I suppose, but I would like to think that if you're gonna be, well, I mean, he doesn't have access to it. That was a nice little touch where he's like, "Oh, I don't get a fucking flare gun because I'm a level 3." But like at the same time, how are you going out into deep space without any kind of preparation other than you're a minor? I would imagine they would give them like, especially if they're handing out guns. Here's a little like something. Like
yeah,
he can't even make the gun work properly. It's like, how do you not know how to do that? Just on a base level.
yeah. I mean, so she did say like that they stick, and like
Yeah,
maybe he just isn't aware because the thing is like we don't know we don't even know how long he's actually been down for. You
I
know?
can totally write that off for that instance because you're right. They do make a lot of nods to the fact that he's outdated. Everything about him is outdated. He's been
100%.
there. I mentioned it earlier. He's been sleeping a little bit longer than everybody else. But
But they never drop a number of how long it's been.
no, they don't. But like, come on, man. You can't even just like luck your way into something, you know? Like, come on. And
And I
how
feel
like
in a weird way, I think that was the point of this movie, is the fact that, like, for the sake of plot armor, so many characters luck into things, and so they took, like, a comedic route of, like, he's not gonna luck into shit, but still somehow survive.
well, he does, but it's everybody else doing stuff for him. Like
Correct.
Naomi and Leonard have to do stuff for him to get out of situations. I mean, shit, I don't see it too often, but every once in a while you'll see a movie where you think it's the main character and then they're off and we follow somebody else. I was watching this, I was like, maybe this is gonna be one of those. And then they did some bullshit and I went, all right, I guess I guess I could buy it. I guess.
This is definitely, like,
Um,
a B-rated sci-fi film, but a good
oh, without a
B-rated
doubt.
sci but it's a
Yeah,
good B-rated film.
yeah, 100%. And it's got plenty of like because when it goes, it like keeps going. This movie's what, like an hour and a half?
It's
Something
an
like that.
hour yeah, it's an hour and 27 minutes exactly if you can include
This is
all the credits. And
this
it
is
has, like,
not a
six and a
long
half
movie.
minutes of credits.
Yeah, this is not a long movie. It's and it gets to the point real quick. That's why that plot,
I
while
never
it's
had issues with the pacing either, which was nice. It
no,
paced well.
I love that shit. It's yeah, there's scenes where he's not really doing anything, but it doesn't last long.
Yeah.
Once the monsters show up, it just we're in it. I was like, all
Yeah, it's
right,
action,
cool.
it's go time, and then what's nice is, like, when there is, like, a lull, there's conversation that actually is feels human and engaging enough to like make me not think about how long it's taking. And even then it doesn't take long because it's kind of like just the quick filler to like to help like transition you into the next poor thing, awful thing this poor man is going to go through.
Yeah, and I guess like I could be being way too harsh on this movie, but I feel like considering what we do, like I gotta find at least something wrong with it.
Sure.
So like the other thing that I don't like is the fact that once the big one shows up, we don't run into any more little
Mhm.
ones. And I'm thinking, how is this possible when he literally was running away from like five at one point?
Yeah. I don't necessarily know. I mean, we did see that one was being really distracted. Not just one, but like this is back before we even had just the two of them together. Like we were getting back to what's his nuts to what was Christopher's character's name?
Oh, Dwayne?
Yeah, when we're getting back to Dwayne, like they really are attracted to light, so though they're gonna be stuck and distracted for a while by those flares because flares last a while.
Sure.
The one kind of f's off, and then where they end up getting into with like that queen potential queen version, right? Honestly, it's airlocked, and if a place is airlocked, it has no other entrances into it because of the airlock system other than that double airlock door. So, that's why and for me, it was fine that there was only one they were dealing with at the end because they literally don't have the intelligence to get in there to them.
Well, there's also the scene that I previously mentioned where I thought he was not going to make it, and then he goes into that tunnel. But we're already dealing with a creature that digs underground, so you would think the tunnel that you're in belongs to that, and it just like that just fucks off.
No, that little hole was smaller, in my
No, I
opinion, than
understand
the
that the hole is smaller, but it's still all I'm saying is like it's underground, and we're dealing with a creature that's already underground. So if you go underground, you would think you'd be extra fucked.
but but it ends up being that they do not like the little bug thing.
The
And
big guys don't,
the
or
big
like
guy
the actual
yeah.
spider creatures don't, but they don't do anything with the one that I'm talking about. He just like fucks off.
Oh, 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 oh. Well,
Yeah.
I don't get why the one that the one at the end is never seen outside of the ship.
I'm no no no. I'm talking about the one. All right, fuck it. Spoilers. I'm talking about the creature that almost eats him, and he has to use a defibrillator to get out, and then he does get out, and he
Oh,
dives into the
that
hole.
one.
But we're dealing with something that's already underground. So if you go underground, why does it just say, "All right, I'm good"?
I think it was just kind of maybe effed by that
Maybe
defibrillator.
Maybe, but that was my whole thing. Is like you're already underground. You're clearly digging holes. He goes into a hole. Like, why do you stop giving chase? Hey, I like I said, I have to find things, but
I've never
you know.
been defibrillated from the inside out, so I couldn't say.
Also, defibrillators don't even work that way.
No,
You know,
but I
that's
will
that movie.
say,
That's that movie shit.
yeah.
Which
I
like is
mean,
fine. I don't.
the suit did say Leonard announced, "Please stand back."
Yeah, right. With how big that shock was, you'd think you'd get roasted on from the inside out with that shit. Even
Who
if that's
knows?
like, if that's how we
Maybe
want to do it.
sci-fi alien like bug shit
It's
made it
it's
worse.
the it's super suit ex machina. That's what it is.
It could have been, he does malfunction. It could have just been Leonard malfunctioning.
Could have. The suit is cool. How'd you feel about the suit?
I like the designs. I thought they were pretty sick. I think it's interesting, like the different like layer. I guess not layers, but I like how I like the remedy of the situation of like if your suit gets like cut, like what is the fix and having like this interesting like spray sealant thing that eventually runs out on him. Like that is really really intriguing and helps kind of get away from that plot hole of like, oh, where's the duct tape kind of thing. It's a little bit more of a fun sci-fi way of fixing that situation. And
Sure.
I was so shocked that it happened right off the rip. How quickly his suit got ripped. I was like, holy shit. It made sense because of the glass that he was dealing with, but I was surprised that it happened like so early.
I like it for the fact that it sets up that this is very much a super suit, and like he's gonna be good on pretty
Yeah.
much any terrain in any condition. But don't rip the fabric, dude.
Yeah.
It's not Iron Man's suit. It's close though.
That is true. That is true.
Yep.
So, how did you feel about Zachary Quinto as Leonard?
Hilarious.
I
He
think
got
he
on
did.
my nerves too. Like
He
I was like, please shut the fuck up. She's perfect. Nah, he did a fucking phenomenal job. He did exactly what he was supposed to do.
Yep. Yep.
Leonard comes up huge in some points and is just a dumbass in
Zachary
others.
honestly is such a good voice actor. This is not his first time voice acting. He's so
Well, I
good.
mean, he's fucking good at everything.
Yeah, he's
Kind of annoying.
phenomenal. So good.
You know, I don't know why he doesn't do more stuff or get, offered more bigger things. But I mean, he's been offered bigger things. But you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's a nice touch. I was like, oh shit, it's Spock. Like that's sweet.
Yeah.
That's always a nice touch. But he's
Mhm.
great.
He's
There's
been
an
busy.
Amy
He's
that we
been
hear for a little
busy.
while.
He's been busy inside of Invincible. So.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Mhm.
I gotta catch up on that. There's a more updated AI called Amy that is voiced by Milan Wall Smith. She's good too. I mean, I don't hear too much of her because they don't really focus on that. It's more of this unprepared dude has outdated tech. How's he gonna make it?
I just love the whole. She's like, "Give me morphine, Amy," and he's like, "Your yours gives you fucking painkillers." Like this poor
Like that's the
man
first thing she said.
falling
She's
off.
like, "You have a
Fall.
Leonard?"
She's like, literally, this poor man falling off a cliff, getting banged
Okay,
the fuck up. No,
thank you for
no.
reminding me. How does the suit not rip there, and how the fuck is he alive?
So I could chalk it up to the bit of the grade. It wasn't like super like though it was cliff and rocky, it wasn't like sharp rocky. I can make an argument if I want to, but I do agree.
Man,
In my
yeah,
opinion, there should have been a little bit more of an issue there, but for the sake of his tank lasting just barely long enough to get uh to Naomi,
yeah.
that's why nothing happens there.
Yeah, man, there's just a couple things in here, logically speaking, or whatever. They're not I mean, they're bad, but like not in a bad way. But it's just that thing where you definitely need to go into this um, understanding two things. One, this is pretty much a video game as a movie, and like it's just a video game that's all cinematics to me. And two, it's written like it was made in the '90s. So if you can accept both those things, in my
But
opinion,
not in a
you will
bad
have
way.
a
It's not
no, no,
written in
no.
a bad way. I want people to know that. Don't
Well,
take that as a hit.
that's what I mean by '90s is like it's cheesy. They do dumb shit. There's like he fucking takes two nasty hits on that fall, and he just kind of he rests for a bit, but then he just walks it off. There's some shit in here that'll have that for me. I was like, all right, I'm gonna scratch my head on this one. But yeah, then I was like, oh, I'm watching. Like if they never got this made and they actually turned it into a game, I would play the fuck out of this game.
I would play the fuck out
Um,
of this game. The very first like quick just grab of Dwayne when he was like Dwayne never dies, and then the quick grab of him.
oh, that was
I
cool.
I was like, this creature reminds me of something from Helldivers.
Okay, so you sent me the fucking article. I read a little bit of it, but I went into this blind.
Me too.
No
I
fuck,
honestly
no
I
idea.
didn't read too much of the article either because I read enough to be like, oh, you know what? Maybe this movie would be worth it because it's like surprisingly trending on
Yeah,
Hulu and everything right now.
yep.
And I was kind of like, well, I don't want to like get learn too much though and go in with expectations.
Literally went out on a limb with you on this, and I'm glad that I did because this was very entertaining. I mean, in some parts, I mean this in the best way. To me, in some parts, it's kind of dumb, but that's like part of the charm because it's like a
That it,
90s sci-fi
it
action movie that I once all the CGI started happening, I was like, literally, or the ship when it showed up, I went Halo.
fair.
That's a good
No,
thing though.
fair.
Like that was cool. And yeah, and then everything else, just like I was waiting to pull up my controller and like hit X at a couple points, like spam it. No,
Honestly,
no,
no.
die.
And what's funny is one of the there's an article I've seen about this film that very much says like this game or this movie will be loved by gamers.
Yeah,
And I think it's cuz like it's funny cuz I feel like there are moments in gaming and like especially like sci-fi like thriller horror games where some of this humor shines a little better in the video game than it does the movie just because movies give their main characters too much plot armor
yeah.
where like having I love seeing though I'm sitting here the entire time being like, "Yo, Andy, that ain't good for your oxygen preservation. You need to calm. You need to fucking chill, my man. But it's probably,
Mhm.
and I loved him saying like, how the fuck else am I supposed to react to this shit? Like, because you can tell he's very much just meant. He was like, this is how you mine. We're putting you into cryo sleep, and you're gonna get flown to your destination through space, and you're just gonna work when you get there. He has not
Yeah.
been put through like major survival stuff for situations like this. And seeing him actually have like breakdowns and like kind of like hyperventilating moments of like where he's freaking out just makes him more real than like other sci-fi films. Now, there are other sci-fi films that obviously do not have that characterization that I love better than this film because they're just more epic. But with that being said, that's where this film shines in my opinion is because it has more of that. Like I said when we started this review, it knows what it is. It knows that it's going to be kind of go against the typical norms while also teasing those typical norms through its comedy.
Instance, like you brought it up, Alien Romulus.
Mhm.
That main character is undeserved. And I love that movie, but the main heroine in that literally has fucking aim assist when she starts to a battle. This guy, like you said, has no fucking idea what he's doing. So instantly, way more relatable. And that honestly is worth watching this movie right there. Just Anthony and Naomi and Christopher's performances. The dialogue is what it is. Some of the decisions are what they are. It's got a 90s vibe, but it works with these actors just basically being themselves in a very odd situation. And it was fucking great to watch. It was
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah. I want to see more roles like this or this characterization for Anthony Ramos. He did so good in this role. Like everybody did great, but just cuz we spent the most time
Oh
and
yeah,
got to
it's his movie.
and watch him do his expressions and his react. He did so fucking well. Like
Yeah.
I'm very impressed, especially with me coming off of like having to watch Ironheart. I have so many thoughts
My
and opinions on that show.
my man understood the assignment. If you want to do Ironheart,
100%.
just tell me. I gotta watch it. But
You'll
yeah,
just
no,
listen to me complaining. So,
they were great. They were all awesome in this movie, and this is an underrated gem. It's not perfect by
actually,
any means,
no.
but it's way more better than it is bad.
Yeah. There's
For the
areas where the writing could be a little better, but honestly,
yeah,
it doesn't stand
definitely.
out. It doesn't stand out crazy and
Yeah,
ridiculously because the pacing's really good. And you know what?
right.
The actors carry the film. They do a phenomenal job. So the little grievances here and there I can have, I'm like, meh, whatever. I'm enjoying it. You know, it's
That's
not
it.
like I could sit there and be like, why did Naomi leave the gun behind? Which was we found out a flare gun.
Mhm.
Um, but Dan and I talked up to most flare guns like in our modern day are one shot uses. Maybe the flare guns there are only two and they need to be recharged. And they're like,
And
she's
they
like, well,
never use the other gun.
yeah,
They call it a grapple gun. I was excited to see how they were going to use it. They don't use it, so they win with like, I mean, not necessarily luck, but the wits are definitely being used more than the hardware. It's like you have a gun. What the fuck are you doing? And they don't
yeah.
use it.
I
So,
mean, could have probably got him up to that pod faster or something.
yeah, dude. And then they win by doing what we all do to bugs.
I do like the end where
That's
I loved the ending though, where she was like, good job. You killed your first spider.
yeah, that was pretty good.
It
Now
was
that's a good
cute.
line.
It
I
was
don't I
cute.
don't do spiders. My wife killed them all the time. It's like, oh shit, yeah, you are grossly unprepared for this, my guy. But fuck, if you're the last two people alive, that's kind of how it works, dude. This
Yeah.
man would not survive The Martian,
But
but
the
he's
things
just good enough to do this.
The things he does know though is nice because like we see a moment where he creates a makeshift splint for Naomi's foot and her like that's sprained and everything, like her ankle,
Yeah,
because his son, they explain it. My son fell off a trampoline and sprained his ankle once, and we had to put him on a splint, and I appreciate that because it just shows like he does know some stuff. He
well,
just doesn't know everything.
that also tells you my man grew up poor. Like, you're not going to the
No,
doctors, kid.
fair,
I got you right here. There
fair.
you go. We can't afford that bill.
All
But
right.
yeah,
Well, with that being said, I don't really have much to say. Otherwise, I'm going to just start saying the same stuff. Do you
I
want to go ahead
spoiled
and
way
rate
too
it?
much as it is. Yeah, you guys better fucking watch it. I'm not spoiling it anymore, even though you basically got it right there. Yeah,
It's
no.
good.
Yeah,
It's
pick
good.
a
Watch
story.
it.
Yep.
Do you want
Go
to
ahead.
start? Or do you want me to?
Oh, I'll go. I
Oh,
want to go.
okay.
I'm giving it a 7.5. The acting is very good. The CGI actually isn't that bad, but now that you told me what the budget is, I definitely see a couple areas that ain't so great, but that's no big deal. But I'm obviously an underdog for any movie that's coming in with that kind of money with that much CGI. I have spoken about my love of Godzilla minus one so many fucking times, so I'm down for that kind of underdog movie. Um, the plot is really easy in the best way. There's plenty of action in it. Simple plot, great acting. CGI is pretty fucking good. And yeah, the fact that this took 5 years to even see the light of day is something that I'm going to root for all the time when it comes to making a movie.
Hmm.
Because I don't know if anybody knows this, we may have mentioned it once or twice on the show. I'm currently making one, and it fucking sucks sometimes. Oh my god, is it stressful and like ridiculously hard sometimes to fucking get this shit done. So the labor of love and the amount of passion that you have to have, not just you as a person who's trying to create it, but everybody else that you bring in on board. But it definitely shows on the screen in this, and that's awesome. I'm a big fan of that shit. So kudos to them for making it. Kudos for it being on streaming and doing, I guess, numbers. It's fourth right now on Hulu's most streamed,
Yeah,
right?
when I got on last night, it was number 4. I had
Okay.
an one art the article I sent you said it was sitting at number 6. I saw
Yeah.
another article, um, after I saw that one that was published later, so, like, more recently, that said it was
Mhm.
number 3. I saw it at number 4 last night when I watched it for today.
I think this movie is worthy of being in theaters, but I think the success that it's having is definitely because it's able to be streamed.
Ag
If it was
Absolutely agree
in
with that.
if it was in theaters, it might be a little bit more of a harder ask to get us to go see it because of the simple nature of it. But because it's so fucking simple and all this shit, like I didn't do it, but I could absolutely just get high and watch this movie over and over and over again.
Yeah,
Like
this is a movie I could
we're good there.
easily sit down, just pop some popcorn, and I just wanna have a chill, easy popcorn, like, just movie night in. Don't wanna go out doing stuff, it's raining, don't wanna go to the theater, or there's nothing really good out. Easy turn on, just sit down and enjoy.
100%.
This was a lot of
Hulu
fun.
Hulu specifically over the last couple years has had some bangers come out on streaming. So yeah, I'm looking forward to see what they do next. But this 7.5.
Yeah, so I'm actually right there with you. I also rate this a 7.5. So,
Kudos.
with that being said, I really enjoyed the humor. I love how much I felt like, man, the Andy, though I keep wanting to call him his real name.
It
Um,
works either way.
Either way, Andy, they feel very real. They feel very relatable. Literally, they reminded me of Luke a couple times. So, it's
I
just one of
don't
those
know if
things.
that's good or bad, guys.
I mean, I think he's relatable, so I guess there's that for you, Luke.
Yes. I'll take it. I will
I don't know.
fucking take it.
It was weirdly fun, weirdly quirky, but in the best way possible. And it's what took a what could have been honestly a very mediocre B-rated sci-fi film and made it a very good B-rated sci-fi film. Like it knows what it is, and that's the most important thing. It knows what it is. It wants to be funny. It wants to be serious, and it paces really well. And I think all of that combined makes it where the few issues we have here and there don't have to be glaring, and I don't have to sit there and dwell on them.
Nope. Nope. I only bring them up because it's like what we're supposed to do.
Yeah, we're
Otherwise, like
reviewing it. We got to
it
talk about
doesn't
it.
it doesn't change anything. It literally changes nothing. Everything goes exactly how it's supposed to go. We're in and out, baby. That's it.
Yeah, it's one of those. It's one of those sci-fi films where it's like we know what we are. We know what our plan is. You've seen films like this before, so we're gonna go by the numbers and we're gonna have fun doing it.
Yep.
And we're gonna give you some
Yep.
characters that are relatable and hopefully you'll like.
And you will.
Yeah,
And that's why you should fucking watch this.
yeah, definitely worth it. It is definitely one of those hidden gem films for sure.
Yeah, we're here doing the little movie that could right now. So let's fucking
Absolutely,
go. Watch the
absolutely.
movie, get it to number one. It deserves to be a number one. Like, let's go.
All right.
Good call,
Well,
Morgan.
thank you. I'm happy. I was worried. I was like, man, I really hope this doesn't turn into a thing where they just make fun of me again for giving a movie they hate. But no, this one was pleasantly good.
So it was either this or I Know What You Did Last Summer, and I haven't seen it, but I've looked into it. I'm gonna see it, but I'm glad we didn't do it.
I've heard really bad things about I Know What You Did Last Summer. I mean,
I'm gonna watch it
even just
because
looking at the trailer, I'm like, this looks like trash to
oh, they
me.
fucking the people that aren't Jennifer Love Hewitt and Freddie Prinze Jr. in that trailer look like they suck at acting. No offense, no offense.
I don't
Y'all
disagree
just
though.
look bad in that trailer. So well, I'm gonna watch it because I love that shit and like it's gonna be another '90s movie. But this is it looks like it's gonna be a bad one. So I'm glad I
Yeah.
watched the good one.
Hell yeah. And hey, if you're already paying for Hulu, it's included, you know? Don't have to pay
Yeah,
for the movies
you can kick back and watch a much better movie than I Know What You Did Last Summer
at home.
at home. Fantastic Four, we'll see though. That's up in the air.
Yeah. Fantastic Four. I'm excited to go see Fantastic Four and review that next week though.
Mhm.
Yeah. So, everybody, with that being said, we are the Wannabes podcast. I'm Morgan and that's Luke. And thank you so much for joining us tonight. We are live every Wednesday at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. However, sometimes that may not happen. And you should follow us on social medias. That way you can know if our schedule ever changes. It's really rare and far and few in between. However, with that being said, on socials, you can also learn what we're going to be reviewing. That way you can catch the film and just kind of talk about it with us in chat. So you can follow us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Blue Sky, LinkedIn, Threads. I think that's all of them. Go follow us by looking up Wannabe's podcast or Podcast Wanna. We'll show up either way. But guys, thank you so much for joining us. Make sure you check out our YouTube page. Go give it a subscribe. Give us that video a like for us. That way we can help get emotes over there for the people who watch live over there. And go make sure you go follow our Spotify as well because we're getting more content up and out soon. Yeah. Anything else, Luke, before we say goodbye?
Hug your loved ones. We lost some people within the last few days, so you know that's not to end on a kind of downer of a note, but just let people know you appreciate them.
Yeah, yeah. Like Leonard.
Yeah,
Leonard came in clutch at the end.
sure
He
did.
became a G, and he actually loved Leonard. Wow.
I mean, it's fucking Zachary Quinto. How do you not love him?
How do you not love Zachary, though? Let's be honest.
Facts.
All right, guys. Thanks so much for joining. We will catch you next week for Fantastic Four. See ya.
Yes, we told you now, but you should still follow us regardless.
Yes, please. Thank you. And make those graphics. Please go like them.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Have a good one. See you next time. But don't forget the popcorn, y'all.
Bye, guys.